is harder than I like to think, but it's easy when you're by my side. No point in calling, you just have to see the fundamentals of our life tonight. Cause I've been looking at a photograph of you, and I've been thinking about all the ways you move. This isolation got me feeling like a movie, my love. Yeah, when I wake up, I feel empty, not beside you. My whole life been searching just to find you. This quality, it hasn't got the right to keep us apart. Killing time, we got nowhere to be. You're sending messages I can't ignore. No contemplating, come here close to me. I'm bored at home, can't leave the house no more. But I've been looking at a photograph of you, and I've been thinking about all the ways you move. This isolation got me feeling like I'm losing my love. Yeah, when I wake up, I feel empty, not beside you. My whole life been searching just to find you. This quality, it hasn't got the right to keep us apart. You, when I wake up, I feel empty, not beside you. My whole life been searching just to find you. Quality, it hasn't got the right to keep us apart.
You've been reluctant to comment on the words and actions of the U.S. president, but we do have Donald Trump now calling for military action against protesters. We saw protesters tear gas yesterday to make way for a presidential photo op. I'd like to ask you what you think about that, and if you don't want to comment, what message do you think you're sending?
We all watch in horror and consternation what's going on in the United States.
What the hell's wrong with you? That's what I'd like to know. What the hell's wrong with you?
Was that wrong? Should I not have done that? I tell you, I gotta plead ignorance on this thing, because if anyone had said anything to me at all when I first started here that sort of thing was frowned upon.
How y'all doing tonight? Hope everybody's doing real good.
The real gypsy soul is in the house.
Bada bing, bada boom! Get over here! Get out of here!
For my Canadian friends just across the border. That was a little snippet that we wanted to share with you. A couple of years ago, we caught that. As you can see, it was labeled the Rona, right? Our friend Trudeau, or is it Trudeau? Trudeau? I have to wait for Bob and Lori to come in and tell me how to properly pronounce that. So hopefully they'll come in today and see that and get a chuckle. And my friend Sandy the mouse, I hope that she gets a chuckle out of that. I love them both very much. Hey, Sugar Pie. I hope you saw that. If you didn't, I'll replay it. It's a chuckle. Chuckle, chuckle. I know you know who Trudeau is. Here's Sarah. The Canadian Prime Minister. We caught that. It was like maybe 3 years ago. And we've saved it. It's just that long pause. It was kind of hilarious. I'll play it again a little bit. So I'll wait for some more people to come on in while I check messages as usual. See if I'm missing anybody. So my husband stayed up late last night, and make sure I check my message here real quick. And I guess it was about past midnight. I'd already fallen asleep. And did you see that? I'll play it again if you didn't hear in a minute. So my husband stayed up late, and he heard a hootenanny going on around the corner. And he gets his drone out and follows all the sirens. And he saw this. Let me show you real quick. This is literally a block from my apartment. They had surrounded this house because of an assault and drug charges. And cops were everywhere. So this is our drone footage of and you see the flashlights in the backyard there. See those flashlights? And there's someone running. See, there's someone running. That's crazy, isn't it? So this happened about midnight 30 last night, about a block from our house. And y'all, we've been out in the country for the last 6 years. And so we moved back home. And this is my old stomping grounds, which is Old Town, Winston-Salem. And this is right behind the elementary school area. A very popular thorough street called Chatillon Drive. And they've got it all backed up, man. You see that? That looks like Glasgow. Wow. Look at that. For an assault, a female. He wasn't acting right. And she busted him one, I guess. But there was also drug charges, and they were Latino. So not sure of their status. That might have impacted the vastness of it. That's something else, ain't it? I mean, that's like a block from our house. I'm sound asleep. Sound asleep. And this is what's going on while Jimbo was live last night. And that's something that was like, it was a block from my house last night. Somebody got raided, man. And my husband has a drone. So he heard all the sirens and grabbed his drone and went to recording. Hey, Jimmy. Can you see that? That somebody getting busted last night a block from my house. Can you see that? So like right here, you're going to see the flashlights in the backyard, and you'll see him running. Isn't that crazy? The green lights are what catches him, and he starts running into a bush. Yeah, so. And he said, was that mama too? You're crazy. You're so funny. That's crazy. You see the green, man? They got it on him, man. It must be infrared. They're like, you ain't going nowhere. You get out of here.
What the hell's wrong with you? That's what I'd like to know. What the hell's wrong with you?
Remember, if you think they're onto you, give us the signal. You remember the signal? That's right.
Remember the signs and signals. Remember the signs and signals, people. It'll be okay. Thank God it's Saturday, y'all. Wasn't it a crazy week? Now people start coming in. I've already played my good shit. I'm going to have to play it over, guys, for the ones that were here. Got to replay it. That's all I got. So we went this morning first we went to ship New York to LA soap to her. And I'm so excited. She will have it Tuesday or Thursday. So I'm excited to get her review on my soapy soap. I still have 6 bars left because I decided to go ahead and sell my 2 and just keep 1 bar so I can get that out to y'all. And I've had a lot of response for it. So if you want to order it, here's my banner with my email. And where's that here? Right there you go. So Jimmy, did you go fishing? It's starting to rain here. It was really pretty this morning till about 2, 3. And now it's starting to get cloudy and stuff, and they're calling for rain. But I bet it's good fishing weather. Catfish, anyway, right? People catfish up here in North Carolina a lot. Yep. That is in the middle of the state where I'm at. There's a lot of I love Cajun catfish. Of course, I love Cajun anything, really. If I could, I would probably go somewhere Caribbean just so I could have the original food, authentic food, and experience that. I don't know that I would come back, honestly. If I had sandals, the Bahamas, and a blunt, I'd be good. Now I wouldn't want to come back. I would be good. Yeah. Where would you go, Jimmy? Where would you go? If you could go somewhere, for me, it's somewhere like the Bahamas or Jamaica or the Caribbean or anywhere I can do that bohemian gypsy life. You know what I mean? Where I live on a hammock and I have a bikini and some good flip flops and a can opener. Yeah, I would be okay then. No, all I've been able to do is lay here. I'm sorry. That's a bummer. But we went out and I shipped off soap, and then I went and we went picking in the neighborhood that I used to hang out with my best friend. It was her neighborhood when we were younger, and so we got some neat pots to put a plant or 2 in, which I love. Let's see, what else did we get? I'd go some places as you, Gypsy. I love that. I would. And I wouldn't wear much makeup anymore. And I would just, vagabond it, A good lighter, a good bottle top opener. And, because I could crack crab with a can opener and open cans. But they're good crab crackers. A good can opener. Yeah. And I can also open a beer, right? So we have stink bugs in this state. Do y'all have those stink bug things. They call them stink bugs here. And man, come spring, if you open your door for a second, they like 100 come in. These little stink bug things. I'd never heard of them or seen them before till a couple years ago. Weird. Yeah, so we were like looking at plants and that kind of thing because it's, a pretty spring here in the South. So it's, to me, it's therapeutic. Earthing, I think is what they call it, right? Yeah, so I can't remember what else I got. Oh, I found a screen door and it fit like perfect. And my cat is very happy because I have sliding doors, but it's missing the screen. And rather than bug my landlord, I saw that and I said, boom, I'm getting that sucker. So my cat is happy. He doesn't have to live in fear of this mountain lion fur cat lives next door. Not a mountain lion fur cat, it's just what he thinks. Yeah, so where is everybody today, Sugar Pie? Jimmy, where is everybody? I was hoping to just kind of hang loose and nothing heavy, no heavy topics. I would go and camp below Hartwell Dam and fish. There's all kinds of fish. Oh, the Liberator's on. Well, I didn't know that they were going live. Oh well. Well, I guess we could just hang out. What's their topic? Do you know what they're talking about? I didn't want to talk about anything heavy today. I just wanted to have a little fun and show you some funny clips and just kind of hang loose, right? Are you laying around because you're hurt again, Jimmy, or because of the weather or your van? I hate being stuck. I'm determined to get my license back. Yeah, that's going to be my goal. Become mobile and less dependent. Okay, thanks, Sugar Pie. Well, if everybody's over there, I mean, it's okay. The brakes and you're hurting. Oh, I'm sorry, Jimmy. That's a bummer. I hate needing car work, and it seems like every time we've gotten a van, there's always work to be done on them, isn't it? I wish I knew someone who could work on it down there, but I don't know anybody down there. Breaks and you're hurting. I was going to go over what I had shared on my community wall. Always share stuff there. In Hillsborough County, a burning body was found in a field. I thought that was kind of bizarre. No brakes and no money. That stinks. I understand. And then what was it? Oh yeah, I'd shared Tim's and WizKid the song Essence. I love that song. And there was the sentencing for the antifreeze murder case. That's all shared on my wall. You want to check that out? And the in the Madalena Kajakari case, the mother was caught with drugs in her cell. This was the international case where they're originally from Moldova, and that's just a crazy case. It's in a suburb of Charlotte, North Carolina. Madalena Kajakari and the mother, Diana Kajakari, she was caught with drugs in her possession in her cell. So go check that out. That story is also on my community wall. And we were talking the other day about shows that we watched back in the 80s that were, like horror shows. And so I had shared, I don't know if people remember Elvira. Do y'all remember her? I shared the Elvira's movie Macabre, The House That Screamed. That's from 1986. I thought y'all would find that interesting. And then there's the story on the Air National Guardsman that was arrested for telling all those secrets in Discord. And the arrest is there. This is ABC News that I shared that source. I started building my my store through Shopify, and I've got some pretty cool items on there that'll be coming to you soon. I gotta go set up a bank account for that, and then I'll be set. Yeah. Yeah, I used to love her. You had a perfume, Elvira? That's cool. It was called Evil. Oh, wow, that's awesome. Yeah, she had like a series of horror. It was just fun. Well, she's funny, and then the show's kind of cool too. So, hey, Truth Hurts. Hey. And then there was a right here in my city. It was a mom, and she did a murder suicide with her 3 kids. And they said she was a nurse, but a sort of recluse. And so that story is also on my wall if you're interested in hearing about that. That happened 3 days ago right here in my city. So because we cover true crime, I found that to be, in this case, it was a woman that had done it, sort of, and a healthcare professional. So, and then I shared, listened to the transcripts of the Cal City, Trezell and Jacqueline West. I shared that also. And then yesterday, if you're also following the Letitia Staunch case, Justice for Gannon, she was shooting people the bird, and while they were giving testimony. So so much for I'm crazy, feel sorry for me, plea, right? So I'm sure that they're going to do something about that. I would think that they would reprimand her for doing that, because it's a lot that she did it, got away with it. So yeah, it's a crazy week this week. So got that out of the way. Talk about all the yuck stuff, and then we can have fun, right? Yeah, so hey. I'm glad you're here. Yeah, so that's kind of a crazy week, isn't it? If Bob and Lori or Sandy come in, or anyone else that's north of the border, I'm going to share this with you now that there's more people in here. I think y'all will like this. He was asked a question about his opinion on Trump, Justin Trudeau.
You've been reluctant to comment on the words and actions of the U.S. president, but we do have Donald Trump now calling for military action against protesters. We saw protesters tear gas yesterday to make way for a presidential photo op. I'd like to ask you what you think about that, and if you don't want to comment, what message do you think you're sending?
We all watch in horror and consternation what's going on in the United States. It is a time to pull people together.
Was that wrong? Should I not have done that? I tell you, I gotta plead ignorance on this thing because if anyone had said anything to me at all when I first started here that sort of thing was frowned upon.
That was funny. Hey. Did you see him freeze? Did you see him freeze? He's wet lettuce. He froze. I don't know why I think that's just hilarious. Every time I watch it, because he's like, for the longest time, he didn't have an answer prepared. Obviously, right? Exactly. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, I love Seinfeld. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.com. I haven't seen his new. Oh, you mean with the beard? I like the clean cut. Yeah. When he was younger and like a skater boy, he was really cute. Yeah. Yeah, oh, yeah, definitely. But when he was asked, he just was. I thought that was hilarious. I bet he wish he had a Snickers for that for that moment. A Snickers bar. Yes, so for those that are just coming in, this is what happened at midnight 30, a block from my house last night. It was an assault and drug raid. And when you see the flashlight in the backyard, it's kind of greenish. You'll see him run into a bush. Yeah, so look at how many cops come out. This is my husband's drone footage. He grabbed his drone and went up the block there, and you see him running. You see him running right there into the bush. Yeah, they got him. They got him. But look at how far back all these cops go. This is a major thoroughway right here. This is in Old Town, Winston-Salem, North Carolina last night. And yeah, he always grabs his drone. You know, if we go do anything, he grabs his drone in case there's footage like this. And I mean, it must have been every cop in town. Look at that. Um, yeah, so it was an assault and drugs. And you see how far back it goes? Yeah. So, pretty crazy, right? Yeah, pretty crazy. Hey, gamer girl. Jaded, Truth Hurts, Daisy Joe. Make sure I got everybody. And .com? Yeah, they got him. And it turned out to be a her. It was a her. It was a female. Got arrested. I'm sure a male too. But the one that was in the article was, yeah. I think her last name was Perez. .com, me too. But if you go into chats, they won't let you talk anyways. I mean, hell, they are making clips of all our supporters trying to shame them. You can come up here. You can talk here. Yeah, it turned out to be a girl. That was what was reported. It might have been a guy too. Um, I don't know. I don't know. I got no idea. It's a new one. I got no idea. Yeah, it was pretty good footage. I was like, man, I might put that to some music and use it in the intro. Right? Yeah, so we're able to get some pretty cool footage with it. I'm happy with it. The GoPro he's had some moments with the battery getting too hot, that kind of thing. But and then for a while he couldn't figure out how to get it. It was like upside down. But yeah, so we're trying to get maybe can catch Journey on a. Sorry, Gypsy. I enjoy having a live without it all being talked about. I was just speaking to .com. Oh, no problem. But I'll drop a link for anybody who wants to come up. Yeah. I was just kind of having a you know, variety day anyway, right? It's Saturday. So like we got up and we went and shipped off New York to LA soap, and then we rode through an old neighborhood that I used to hang out in when I was in high school and did some picking, and the things that they had out were it got a some garden tools and some pots and what was the other thing we got that was kind of cool for outside? A stand for a crystal ball. And then he picked, oh yeah, the screen door. Yeah, I needed a screen door. And there was one intact with the screen still in it. So I was like, hell, that's mine. And my cat's very happy. He doesn't have to live in fear. They have cheaper or expensive ones. Is his like a no, he don't buy anything real expensive. No. Yeah, he seems to like it. He likes it a lot. Yeah. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, he usually like will get not top of the line, but not bottom of the line. He'll like get mid grade, and then I can talk civil and respectful, but when someone comes at me with curse words and twisting my words, I shut down. Love finding stuff like that. Yeah, no kidding. Free is good. Free, and the town I live in, everyone is really kind about it. Like the stuff that they give you has been cleaned and stuff, and it just makes me real proud of my town, proud of my village, proud of my people. I put on for my city. I put on for my city. I put on for my city. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, they're cool, ain't they? I love them. Yeah, so what kinds of things that do y'all like to go, piddling around and finding? Like when we go, it's almost always yard furniture or like yard decor for Christmas. Today it was a snowman. And then like we found a beach chair that's going to help us when we go to Florida next month, and just stuff like that. And it ain't broken. I mean, why not, right? Why let send it to the dump? And I mean, have y'all seen what dumps are like? I mean, And take, for instance, when something important comes up missing and they have to go to the dump and sift through it, you're saving them from some of that, when you recycle and reuse. So I kind of take things like that into consideration when I think about reusing things. Says, hey, Gypsy, I'm late and still need to get coffee. I hear ya. I think I'm going to try to get Magnum to make us coffee. Yeah, and and that we see that a lot too, a lot of vintage items. And like I got a record player and it works fine. The needle is intact and everything. Why wouldn't I get that, right? And what else was it he got? He got an office chair that he needed really bad and the hydraulic worked. And we got, a crock pot, a small crock pot. I have a big one, but sometimes I don't need a big one, so I grabbed that. And yeah, we all need Magnum to make us coffee, right? Yeah, let's see if he's still awake. Chaotic gave me this. It says,
You rang?
it says, what does it say?
Ring for coffee.
Ring for coffee.
I'll make a pot.
Y'all hear that? Ain't he great? He's awesome. Let's see here. Yeah. Chaotic gave me that. That's awesome, isn't it? Okay, see, that's awesome. I love spring because I get to get my hands all dirty and make mud pies, right? And who doesn't like to make mud pies? Yep. Daisy, I love refurnish. I do too. I just like, I'm not into the IKEA thing. I'm sorry. Don't strike my channel. I don't like things like that. I like stuff, I guess because, it's when I was a teenager. I like stuff from the 70s and 80s from my era. And I don't know. You know what I mean? So when I see stuff out like that, it's awesome. He's loud, so I'm gonna mute.
How's making your coffee?
She says, me too, Jay-Z Joe. The problem is I have a barn full awaiting my attention. Oh. Yeah, I can't stand that. The put it together crap, I need home decor for my walls and tabletop things. I like unique things. Yeah, when we go, like what I call picking, you see things that you wouldn't normally, go when you go to a store with a destination. And if you want to buy stuff like that, I suggest Hobby Lobby. I about died when I went in there the other day. They had stuff that it smelled like Pier 1 or World Bazaar. And I love anything earthy, like that. Just, I don't know, the smell of it smells so good. Older wood, yes, absolutely. Old cherry. Gosh, I love that. I do. Or like mahogany. Yes, Gypsy. Taking an old house door. It's my wall to speak. Then attaching an old sink to it. And that's where I'll work my flowers outside using a rain watcher barrel catch system for water. That's fantastic. Oh, Beth Dutton says, I missed your face. My house looks like a museum. 30 years of selective treasure hunts at thrift stores and yard sales. That sounds wonderful to me. I've had to get rid of a lot of stuff through the years just from moving and combining households. And when my mother passed, I had to help go through her things. And when Ken's mother passed, we had to go through her things, and it really put shopping in perspective for me. Not to be a bummer drag on a Saturday, but when you're shopping and collecting things, remember when you're gone, somebody has to go through that stuff. So about every 6 months when he's not watching, I purge. I do. I purge. I go through the house, and if we haven't used it in those 6 months, I throw a lot of stuff out. It was something my dad was like real militant about, was having a really neat home and clean home, and no clutter. And when you're a picker or mother with kids, it's easy to let clutter overwhelm you. And he used to say, if you haven't used it in the last 6 months, throw it away. And so I do. I purge about every 6 months. I go through things that, and like clothing sizes, and I have to like admit I'm never going to be that size again. And I purge or I sell. A lot of times I sell. Why not, right? And then I go replace it with the size I need. But where I'm moving, I'm getting rid of so much, trying to be yes. The older we get, we should, because it's responsible. Care enough about your kids, because they're the ones that's going to get stuck going through it, and they don't want it. They don't want our knickknacks. They do not want our crap. They don't. Yep, same. All the inherited stuff makes you mindful of stuff. I'm literally doing the same thing. Gypsy, you have to, or you end up with a home full of shit. You do. A hoarder. You do. You wake up and it's too much and you're overwhelmed. And so then you just like find another place to rent and you walk away from it because mentally it will make you crack up. You just pay your deposit. I've been listening to the Minimalist podcast. Those guys are so good. I'm bad at holding on to clothes. They cost so much. I don't want to let them go. I know. And when I have a lot of separates that I can put together in various ways, it's hard. It's so hard because you can do so many things with separates. But I know what you mean. It's hard. It's hard. Coffee smells so good, Macon. Selfish-minded people say, don't worry about it. Let them deal with it when you're gone. Hell no. No, my style. That's right, not my style. I agree. And the older my kids got, and I remember my daughter helping me move, and she would get so angry. And I asked her, what has made you so angry? And she said, you've just got so much bullshit. She said, I don't mind helping you move furniture, Mom. She goes, but you've got so much just bullshit. And I thought, do I have a lot of bullshit? Do I have a lot of bullshit? So I try to be mindful of that. And when I ask my kids, do you want that? No, I don't want that. Why would I want that? And I'm like, okay, why do I still have it? Even my sentimental things I have to like start thinking about, because I have a briefcase sitting here at my leg that still has my custody papers of my 29-year-old because it was a traumatic event for me. Going through that divorce, it made me crack up. I mean, I did. I lost everything that I had because it was just too much for me. And without getting into that, so things that we put, I know that that's what hoarding is. It's when you like attach emotion to just an inanimate object. And so those papers are, I can get like that, but I still want to hold on to those originals because it cost me so much. And it's like my exhibit A. See, but no one's ever going to see it other than me. No one gives a crap about it. So it's something I've really got to work through, and like things that they drew when they were little bitty and things. I'm like, this is so hard. But they don't want their old pictures, that their artwork that they did. They don't want it. And it's like, narrowing it down to just a handful. And right now I've got it down to a briefcase full of just stuff that they made in kindergarten. But now, they're adults. They don't care. They don't care that they made that in first grade. And all the memories that are attached with it. Well, if you're my age, you're in your last stretch of life. So where does it go after here? And just coming to the reality of, saving things like that. And like when I'm saving pictures, I realized I have like 4,000 pictures on just Facebook and one album. That's just one album. Are they really going to go through those pictures? They don't have enough time on the planet to go through 4,000 pictures of their life. And I kept thinking, if I could just take a picture, then I've got it forever. I've got it forever. But who has the time to actually sit there and look through 4,000 images? And so I've slimmed down on how many times I paparazzi them. I was sort of their paparazzi. Yeah. I have a lot of crap shit. Do you really? I love y'all. My older boys was over a few weeks ago for a family type meeting because they're encouraging me to get a will. They said, "Mom, please get rid of your junk." That was an intervention. If it was all of your kids, that was a hoarder's intervention in disguise. It just came with a roast. And often we have things we don't even want because they were inherited and therefore sentimental. Something that was passed down to my brother was photo albums, and he has scanned them. But I want to see them when they were in the albums, because when I was a little girl, I would go get them and sit them on my lap, and I would go through them. And the way that they were put in the photo album and everything about the photo album means something to me. But I don't think he has the photo albums anymore. I think he has scanned them, and they're all on digital now. But who's going to take it after me? It would probably wind up in a dump. So the Minimalist podcasts are great. They really address everything. They have good segments on just the sentimental clutter. Do you have to take a Valium to do it? Because really sentimental stuff. How do you do it? How do you do it? Knowing it's not going to go anywhere. It's not going to, they don't want it. It's only sentimental to you. I have papers like that too. They call storage bins coffin clutter. Wow. They call storage. Wow. Clutter coffins. It's sad, isn't it? That we put sentiment to maybe we weren't meant to take photos, because when you look through photos, it's an emotional experience. It can be a trigger looking through photos. maybe we weren't meant to, such as existentially, and maybe we weren't supposed to harp so much on the past, and those memories keep us stuck there. Just a thought. I'm just talking out loud. Art supplies are insane. I'm working on purging that right now. I have all my photo albums in a chest that sits by the door, so you can sit and take your shoes off. But it's there, so if there's a fire, those get grabbed the first thing. I have lived in PJs since COVID. I have an awesome whole PJ and robe wardrobe now. I do too. And sometimes I go live in them. True story. Sometimes I just throw on a necklace and y'all think I'm in a shirt. It's pajamas with a necklace. I cheat. Hey, Tells, Told in the Dark. We love your channel. If y'all like spooky stuff, that's a good one to sub up to. Hey, Stormy Skies. It was all my boys and their wives. I just think they're too lazy to carry things to the trash. That's hilarious. I'm still clinging to hard copy photos. Me too. I am too. I'm not a fan of it either. I don't get it. How am I going to see your picture, Sandy, when I come visit you if they're not sitting out or in a photo album? You're not going to go, why, here, let me go get my laptop. You know what I mean? I do too, gamer girl. I do too. I'm all for the PJ life. We are too indoctrinated to what's proper or expected. But Sandy, does that make us a civilized society if we have norms? If we have societal norms, does that make us civilized? Don't you miss pantyhose, Sandy? Don't you miss pantyhose and girdles and putting on, those stupid, what are they called? Slips and things like that. The girdle to me was, what in the heck? Forget it. And bustiers, what was that all about? Hey, Justice Jane. I think it should be more individual. Yeah, sure. I don't know what to do with it now. Nobody wants me to continue it. I don't know what I'm gonna do. My kids, brothers and sisters, love going through my pictures. Sometimes you dare one or two with them. Not many though. I loved doing that when we had, visitors. Plop them down with the photo albums and they can't leave. They can't go anywhere until you go through all the pictures. Yeah, I hate a bra. I used to have really, really pretty bras, and now it's just like whatever. It's like I don't care. There used to be all these pretty colors, Left myself pantyhose. Wow, been ages on that one. Well, I'm in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, where Haynes Hosiery is born and raised. So pantyhose was like that. Tobacco and the smell of the bakery is pretty much, staples here. Smelling tobacco, smelling. Oh, okay, put it right there. If it'll go in that one. Thank you. I couldn't do a girdle. I've tried, but I couldn't. I couldn't breathe. I didn't get it. And it never stayed in place. My typing is atrocious. Sorry, That's okay. I'm glad you're here. What about letters? I have boxes of letters. Yeah. Oh, I got cards. Cards from my dad. I mean, from every birthday I've had probably for the last 20 years from my dad, I have that card. because it might be the last card I get from excuse me. Embrace it and don't. Yeah. You can get some really pretty gowns, and tank and like stuff for the summer, and it doesn't even look like pajamas. You know what I like about the summer is being able to like wear separates like that, and you don't even really notice a sundress. I love that. Old letters and cards. That's right. No, they're all emails, right? I think my dad is the last one who still sends me cards. And Chaotic sent me one at Christmas. And Mars, I think, sent me a card. Yeah. It's sad. We lose some of the sentiment, didn't we? And the smell. It used to like touch on all senses. The smell of the letter, because some people would spray perfume or cologne on it, right? The way it was, the handwritten, calligraphy or cursive writing. There's just, a whole lot to a letter, wasn't it? I have my dad's cards too. Make me cry looking at his writing. No. My dad has like this awesome handwriting. I could never. Hey, Sarah. Here, I'll drop you a top. We're talking about all kinds of stuff, actually. Right now, we're talking about becoming minimalist because we're getting old. We know our kids don't want our crap. And then I believe Sandy and Twinkles are talking about the love of pajamas and life. Y'all will think I'm nuts, but I recently went back to using good old plain Bic pens. Oh, that's awesome. I I still write cursive. Do y'all still write cursive? It's awkward when someone asks you, here, sign your name, and you've been like, I don't remember how to do it. Like it's like when I had to down at the DMV the other day. I was like, you want me to what? He's like, I want you to sign your name. Oh, okay. And it's like I forgot how to hold a pen. It had been so long. Let me get my dog into the car. Okay. Did your dog shit on the beach again? Yeah, some people have beautiful cursive handwriting, don't they? I wrote my grandson a handwritten letter in cursive one year. Just told him how my week had went. He got a good laugh out. My kids can't read it. They're like, what language is that? I'm like, what? Why don't y'all know how to read this? They're like, Mom, you're writing that weird stuff again. I want you to read it. Okay. I think it's important that we know cursive, don't y'all? How are we going to read old stuff from, these old days if we can't read in cursive? I think it's pretty too. I think calligraphy is pretty. You didn't shit. Gamer girl, hey babe. I do too. I think that cursive writing is just an art form for some people. Catholic school, penmanship every day. Always been told I have beautiful handwriting. See, let's see. I think it brings out the artist side of us sometimes. Maybe that's why it's so unique, our signature. Yeah. My late husband had the most gorgeous penmanship. If they make me reincarnate to some futuristic zombie owl world, I ain't doing it. Doesn't teach cursive. New York State doesn't, they don't hear anymore. They don't hear anymore. They sure don't. Is Charlie okay?
Yeah. He opened his album,
What album?
that Melanie Martinez album,
Oh,
and it's marbled.
what does that mean?
It's not black, it's marbled.
So it's pretty?
Yeah, he thought so.
Good. Does he know not to scratch it?
Yeah. He put on a pair of gloves.
Okay, he got a Martina, what is it?
Melanie Martinez.
Melanie Martinez album. I'm watching you, Gypsy, but JLR is at an active crime scene live in Florida. Yeah, he was searching for a female, 38 years old, reported missing. Body has not been identified. I saw exactly Gypsy losing handwriting for texting. I totally agree with that. Transhumanism. Yeah. It certainly gave us some individuality, didn't it? Oh, there's Sarah.
Yeah, I hope you can hear me. I was pouring my dog some water and stuff like that. Sorry about that. Now, if I go out here and there, it's just because I'm in travel, but it might work.
Gamer
So,
Girl
yeah.
says we lost the Pledge of Allegiance in cursive. Do you still write in cursive?
Me? Not really.
Yeah.
Not
No?
really. Only
What
like
do you
when I'm
think?
signing.
What do you think of cursive writing?
I don't really have any thoughts on it. I never really thought too deep about it, to tell you the truth. I mean, are you saying like about they're really not pushing it at school? Is that what you were
No,
talking
the
about?
topic was we were talking about throwing out all of our stuff and becoming a minimalist because we're old farts now. And then
Uh-huh.
it came up. One of the things that we will be losing are cards and letters that we had written each other.
Oh, right. Yeah, because there's a
And
lot of
and then
electronic.
and then
Yep.
yeah, everything's electronic now. And then like how cursive writing was a part of that.
Yep. Sure was. I still get cards from my grandma with all the cursive writing, and she always puts stickers on it and stuff.
Yeah. .com says, I told my granddaughter who has been learning to bake things I was proud of her and said, you're going to be a Miss Betty Crocker. She said, who's Betty Crocker?
Whoa.
Why, you kid, get out of here. Right? Handwriting uses a creative part of the brain, which is dying in this modern world. Wow. It is an art form. Cursive is important for left brain function, October Baby says, and they don't teach it. I know. My cursive has turned into
I was
scribble.
under the
Mine's
impression they still
too.
did.
No, they don't teach it anymore. Mine's scribble too. It's like when I was at the DMV, he was like, I need you to write your name, and I was like, what is this instrument you are putting in my hand?
It took a long. I know. For years they tried to. They've been working on it with my son, and just so he could sign his name. When he gets older and has to sign his signature on things.
Yeah.
So they push it in his class.
That's good.
I don't know about other classes,
All right,
but
Tex.
his papers
Yeah.
are in cursive.
That's good.
My
That's
checks are in
good.
cursive. I gotta say, you're right about that.
I can't remember the last time I wrote a check.
Not as often as I used to. I guess you're right. Um, let's see. So yeah, I was just leaving the beach. I just went for a quick one again. I've been going every
Tell
day.
us about it. Was it pretty?
Well, yeah, very peaceful today, not hardly anyone. So what happened was yesterday, I've been going every day, of course, but yesterday I got a little, it was a lot of people suddenly. I'm like, what is this? You're ruining my zen. There's people everywhere. This is my beach. It kind of felt like that, I guess. It was over 80 degrees and sunny and beautiful, so people are starting to come out of the
Oh,
woodwork,
wow. It
That's how
was
it
like
gets once it
76
starts getting
here.
warm.
Yeah. Gorgeous.
It was very odd, for being so hot always out of nowhere. It goes from cold to 80 in the 80s. I'm like, what is this? I'll take it. But anyways, what brought me to want to go there again was I was in the Liberators and it was all stressed. It was a little bit stressful. The same, they were blindsided by the topic at hand the last week, on YouTube because they've been away. So it was like, I was like, screw this. I'm going to the beach. I got to get my zen. So, I kind of drove there because it's only a few minutes when that was going on, actually. I didn't see you at the Liberators.
I've
Some
been
people here.
out
Some
picking,
people
and
here.
I
Ooh.
went picking in the neighborhood and got some stuff, and I had to ship some soap off to New York to LA.
Ah, I should
She
have went
bought some soap.
drifting, but very good. That's what I should have done, drifting.
Yeah. This was curb picking because it's every weekend they give you a new territory here. And this one is like my old stomping grounds where my very best friend I grew up with. And
You know
so
what
we
you're
went
doing.
over there. They
You
had
got
a lot
different.
of stuff for like gardening.
Oh, I would have liked that. That's what I should have done today. Clean up my greenhouse. It's getting to be that time.
Oh, it is. I love it. To me, it's therapeutic,
Hi, chaotic.
Hey, chaotic.
It is therapeutic.
Yeah, I like making mud pies.
I'm out there with my hunter boots on today, and I always feel out of place. People are in like their bathing suits and stuff. I'm in overalls and hunter boots, whatever. But I got a dog dragging me in the ocean. I don't want to go in there. I got to be prepared.
Right. So, like when my mom passed, pretty much everything that she kept her entire life that she worried about paying in a storage unit while she was in a nursing home, it went in the dump. So when you get to a certain age, what are your plans? Who's going to go through your stuff? And are you going to like reach a point where you purge a lot of stuff that you've acquired through the years so it's not so overwhelming when you get to geriatric?
I guess these are things I haven't gone there yet, but I mean here and there, just because you've talked about it, it's popped into my head. But I imagine it would be a nightmare for me. My mother, when she was like a bit of a hoarder and stuff, but her situation was different. She didn't rent storage units or anything like that, and she did go to a nursing home, and I had to handle everything.
Wasn't that a bummer for you, though?
It was a worse situation than could be possible, probably, because I was supposed to inherit a house, and the house was damaged so badly, and I didn't let the family that was giving it to me. I didn't want to break their heart, so I just went along with it, and I knew that it was going to crap, So when it happened, when they left the house and left it in the condition it was in, like sort of like the Hoarders episodes, but not quite as bad as some of those ones,
Uh-huh.
I knew in my heart it was going to be just tossed out. So I just made a deal with the landlady. It was a mobile home park, and it was bought brand new, and it got destroyed that quickly. They thought they were leaving me an $85,000 trailer, and in the end, the landlady of the park where you pay your fees, she says, "I'll give you $500. I'm going to destroy it."
Are
And
you
I just had to do that
serious?
'cause I was alone. I had no choice. I had no help. Nobody helped me. So I just had to go. I went into it. I went in. All right, let me fix it.
Yeah, because we want to hear this.
Can you hear me now?
Yes. Yes.
Am I back?
You sound good.
Okay. I went in and took some important things real quick, like pictures and stuff like that. But yeah, it just had to
Yeah.
get destroyed. She was gonna ruin it or whatever she did with it, unless she was just telling me that. But I had no choice. I didn't have anyone to help me with it.
Right.
I would have had to pay car fees and stuff like that while fixing it up. So
Yeah, it was just me and my brother, and I wasn't able to help him but one day, and it was actually an afternoon, and it overwhelmed him. So he just started pitching
yeah,
it in the dumpster, and I didn't get upset with him. I knew why he did it. I would have too, because it was a traumatic
yeah,
experience. She had all of our
yeah.
sisters' things, and not just one sister, but two sisters, and
Oh,
it
I see.
was
Like the
hard.
storage.
So, and I fagged out. Excuse my French. I wigged out and only was able to go for an afternoon, and um, because it was so overwhelming. I just it was too much, and then when you get to be a certain age, you have to stop copping out on people, and you have to just go and push through and do it. And so I did, and I helped him. And then I felt bad that I wasn't there the day before, you know. So I'm trying to be like, when we're talking about this, as we age, and as we're like shopaholics or pickers or hoarders, to like be mindful that we should also purge and have purge days.
Yeah, probably true.
Daisy says the no cursive thing is a part of dumbing down society. Okay, we will talk about. Okay.
I'm
I
not
got
aware of it.
round ones, Daisy.
My kids were both taught cursive, so I'm just not. I don't know any of this. You know what I mean? I mean, my
October
son
says it's
can barely do it.
impossible. Right. See, that's what I mean. My children aren't going to want to do it. And why would I put them through it? And like I remember my daughter, when I was telling them all this before you came in, how I remember her helping me move a couple of times. And the last time she helped me before she passed, she was like, "Mom, I don't mind helping you move furniture, but you've got so much crap." And I was like, "What do you mean crap?" She's like, "You've got all these decorations and whatnots." And I was like, "Do I?" And she was like, "Yeah, you've just got so much crap." And I'm like, maybe I do have too much. And so then it like every time I start picking and I start losing space for stuff, I try to start purging, and I try to think about that. If someone wants to come, help us move, do I really want to like put all that kind of stress on another person just moving all my freaking crap? And what good is it
Yeah, right.
anyway? What good is it anyway?
Yep.
I mean, we never get visitors, so why do I have all this crap on the walls? Nobody's coming. It's impossible to even pay. Okay, I saw that. Let's see. That one person immediately runs in lives to check the chat, leaves to see if being discussed the rules with the iron fist or huh? So, some properties are worth more when homes are removed, seemed backwards. I just can't grow old in peace without getting my life and junk in order. Absolutely. Me too. That's how I am, Sandy. That's exactly how I am. Because it is our responsibility, not to leave a bunch of crap, you know?
Yeah.
One man's trunk is another man's breath, right? Yeah, but we
Yeah,
used
that's
to get
been my.
carried. We used to really get carried away, and then it like overwhelmed us. And you know, live and learn. These things never play out well in public social circles. Most don't have enough emotional literacy or understanding of psychology to process it properly. You're right. And those are the ones that get preyed on. Hey, Fuzzy B. Did you see the drone footage or
Ooh,
the
Fuzzy bee.
Trudeau footage that I showed, Sarah?
No, I came in right when I came in and said something that's, I didn't know you were live. I would have put it on while I was walking
You
around.
want to see it real quick?
Sure.
This is a block from our house at midnight 30 while Jimbo was live last night. Ken went and
Excuse me.
grabbed the drone, and this
Mhm.
guy was surrounded. Check it out.
Oh, drone.
Let me get it up here. Let's see. Where's it at? Yeah, here it is.
Okay, let me shut this off so I can see. Cool.
You can see the guy running, and they've got
Oh,
the
yeah.
green light on him. You'll see him run to the bush. They
Is that
caught
the
him.
cops?
It goes all these are cops. Every light that you see is a cop, pretty
Yeah.
much on the road there. And then you're gonna see that light back there in the corner. They've got
Yeah.
these. They look like kind of green.
Yeah, I see the green.
Now you see him run. See him run. See him run to the bush.
Yeah. Well, it's probably the spotlight and the green grass is showing. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they got him. It was an
That's your
assault and weapons, I think, or was it drugs, honey?
that's your neighborhood?
Yeah.
That's a lot
I
of
live in the
cops.
city.
He's done busted. He does a lot of popo. That's a cool idea. Get out the drone. See, I need one of those too, but I'd rather get my GoPro first.
Yeah. But we wouldn't have been up in the sky though.
That's true.
I might have him add it to an intro or something. Here in a minute, you'll see him. He's looking down, and now he's going to look back, and you'll see how far the cops go right here. Look how far all those are cops.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Got a lot of cops in that town.
It sure is, man. It's just like,
Wow.
oh, it's just a block away, literally.
That is a lot of cops.
The 5-0
I don't
and
have that many cops
Trefo.
in my town.
Do y'all have a nickname like that for your city?
Not really. Not really. I'm in such a small
we
spot
discovered
compared to
it
you.
looking into gangs, wasn't it, Ken? Yeah, we were looking into gang activity and the gang task force for our city, and it told
Wow.
us that our city is known as Trey 4. Has some prison connotation to it, doesn't it, Ken? The prison block. Like BR 549. Something like that. What was everybody bummed out about over at Liberators? I see all this in chat about it. What was happening over there?
What happened was when they came on, they hadn't really known, or Paul Liberator hadn't really known about what's been gone down all week here. And he was, as you know, real close to Rap. And he was kind of blindsided by all the news and all the, like, here on this clip and this clip and this clip, because so much has gone on and they haven't been on in like a week, I think. So he was a little bit in shock, trying to play some of the clips, and there was varying opinions in the chat, so it got a little ugly, and then it got peaceful, and then other people from other creators that normally don't get along in chats, all of us were kind of all getting along and everything, I guess you could say. It was peaceful after a while, but he was really, shocked by it all, I guess you could say.
Is he as upset as we are?
He's pretty bummed out. They were, pretty, but he's taken a stand to support Smoky Mountain Mama from what he heard.
Okay, that's what I was asking.
Yeah. He heard the admission. He played the clips and everything, and for himself. So.
So how
But,
do you feel about
oh my
this?
God, there's another tick. Hold on, I gotta get this tick. There
Okay,
must
go
be loads
ahead.
of ticks. I just got ticks from this beach must be loaded with ticks. 1 second. It's crawling. My dog. I'm trying to listen,
I
but
guess it's
it's not
tick
even
season, isn't
attached
it?
yet.
Yeah, you
Ugh,
burn that
no.
sucker off
Yeah, I
now.
just took 4. I'm getting my lighter. I just killed 4 from yesterday, but I tried to stay away from the edges. Watch out, I gotta burn it. Excuse me. And make sure this little sucker's dead. I'm gonna have to do a thorough check. These are the small ticks. There. He's not gonna bite no more. I'm gonna have to probably cleanse my dog a bit, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I missed your question. Distracted by
Would you
that.
like
I
a
mean,
bar
there's
of
probably more
like
though.
a bar of lemongrass soap? Hey, where's Bob and Lori
I
been
actually
today?
have a giant collection of essential oils because I
Oh, that's
used to
awesome.
make
Do
soap for
you
my
like
family and
lemon
other
or
things. So they
lemongrass?
put in amber or sandalwood vanilla, and
Oh,
I
I
like
love sandalwood.
lavender lemon.
Yes. Yes. I guess it's
Yeah,
that time for
that's a
ticks,
real
isn't
good
it,
one. My favorite
Felicity?
one.
Yeah. So does essential oils deter
But
them?
options.
I know some bugs like really hate
Yeah,
lavender.
some mixtures. Yeah, they like lemongrass, the citronella. There's a whole bunch of different ones for like mosquitoes, but with all those, I can make a batch and like, I guess you can spray it on a rag, is what I read about last year, and tie it around the dog's neck, kind of like a collar. If you do it with cloth, if you soak it in the oil concoction, I'll just have to look at the recipe again. I might try that just to deter them naturally, because I don't
I
want to
like
feed my
that
dog any of
idea.
this stuff. I'm not giving
Right.
my dog any of the internal stuff because my belief on that is I've seen too many dogs get sick and the vets tell you it's normal for them to get sick for a few days, some dogs. That's because your dog is getting poisoned internally so that when another insect bites them, they die. That means your dog's getting poisoned in the process. That's my own opinion. I've seen how
I
some
believe
dogs get
you.
sick, they get
I do
diarrhea.
too.
That's not
They
normal or
do.
healthy. And my dog got cancer and died, and he was only
Oh, I'm
9, or
sorry.
she was only 9, and I believe it was from the dog food I fed her, which was Beneful, which we all know is real bad now.
That's
And
right.
it could have been the flea and tick stuff I was feeding her too. So you always think what you could have done different. So
Yeah, I
you know,
like feeding. People would get, hey, Jimbo, good to see you.
hey
Um,
Jimbo.
some of my friends would get really mad. Hey, Mars, mad at me when they were like, "What are you gonna do with that deer meat?" And I was like, "I'm gonna feed my dog." And they're like, "You ain't feeding that dog that backstrap, are you?" And I'm like, "Yes."
Backstrap's good.
Yeah, well, that's what they told me. They're like, "You need to be saving that for yourself." And I was like,
That's the
"No, I'm
that's
gonna
the
give it to
piece
my
that
dog."
that's the piece everyone fights over. And yeah, most hunters would faint if they saw you feeding a dog backstrap. I can say that.
But why not give it to our dog?
That's because that's the tenderloin. That's the cream of the crop of the whole animal that you hunted.
Yeah.
Like
We don't like
like
deer meat anymore. We got foundered off of it, so I figured
yeah.
if I get donated it, I give it to the dog. I don't now. I don't have any dogs now. Now we got a cat.
Yeah.
For a cat, yeah. I
Gotta check.
scored a screen door for the cat today, so I was real happy about that, and a pet carrier, so I can take him with me to Florida.
Oh,
I'm
cool.
really happy about. I know. I want my pet with me.
Yeah.
You too, chaotic. Thank you for coming.
Definitely gonna do it. I'm not even bringing my dog in the house till I check him outside with a brush and everything. I'm all paranoid now.
Excuse me.
He's just staring at me.
So, what did you make for dinner last night, and what are you making tonight?
Actually, I had chicken meatballs and ziti, and that's what I have to figure out since I just got home a few minutes ago.
That sounds good.
It
Do you
might
ever
be,
do stuffed peppers?
oh yeah, yep.
Do
Sometimes I
you?
make a huge amount and then I'll freeze up 2 to 3 loads of it and keep it in the freezer so that I know how many I can pull it out of the freezer. The mixture's done, and I could go buy a set of peppers for 1 or 2 nights, and then I already got the fill. I take it out, thaw it out, put it in there, and I, I mean, it really does help to have a couple. I cook huge anyways, but it's good to have it ready to go. I found that helpful anyways. But I do love stuffed peppers. Yes, I do.
I do too. I do too.
No freshener.
I'm having a blast this weekend. Bought a dozen of assorted Krispy Kremes. That's my hometown.
I haven't got to try those yet.
Krispy Kremes, Texas Pete, Planters Peanuts. What else is from Winston?
Haven't heard of any
Dewey's
of it.
Bakery. You've never heard of it?
None of them. I mean, I've heard of Krispy Kreme. I haven't tried it, and I haven't heard of any of the other ones.
Texas Pete, hot sauce.
Ask her
Oh.
if the crispy.
Oh, the hot sauce, yeah.
Yeah, that's from here.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yep. It's not from Texas. It's from Winston-Salem. That's what they say. That's from New York City. Many of the what nations suffer from? Oh wow.
Ramapo.
Planters Peanuts. You never had Planters Peanuts before?
I know what they are, but I didn't know they were from there.
Mm-hmm. A Camel cigarette
I've had those before.
from here. It'll say on the package Winston-Salem, or does it say Tobaccoville, Ken? Does it say Winston-Salem or Tobaccoville? Good to see you, Mars. How's your leg doing now? And did you go to your appointment like you were supposed to? We didn't have the funds to go that day. Industrialized Western production has passed the bell curve of toxicity to us and the planet. Rant over. Okay.
Probably not.
Rant anytime.
Let it all out.
You didn't go. You didn't like them, Mars? I get to remember every once in a while, and it's wonderful. Ramapo, Travel Lands. Mars is
Oh, sugar
gorgeous.
pie.
She has beautiful skin. She really does. She almost looks like she has Native American. Mars, you have Native in you?
Southern Yankee. May I just take this moment to say I like your name?
I do too.
Since I have that in my name too.
Who got out of the barnyard last night? I missed it. Fell asleep.
Oh, Army vet. Just one.
Army vet, okay. Well, I'm excited to see these chickens that she's got because they're going to be those big ass ones. Remember?
Oh, they come out
have
with
the
big, huge,
really
furry
pretty
legs.
feathers.
They already have
It's
big,
really-
furry legs.
I might get her to save me a couple of feathers to make earrings.
Oh, that would be cool.
Yeah, feather earrings. If you had one of my rocks, what do you charge to facet it to a pendant?
See, right now I have a right now it'd have to be probably slabbed, so it has to be sliced. I have to check my saw blade. Last I thought I might need a new saw blade, but I'm not sure because you have to cut it into a slice first. You have to slice it. Or do you mean polish the whole thing? Or do you mean polish
what
the
if
whole
you
thing
just
as it is?
polished it and wrapped it in something? I don't know.
I have to
just
see
wanna
the
be able
size
to
of it.
wear 'em.
Because I don't know if it's big or small, you know what I mean? If it's big, it needs to be sliced first into slices and then cut. Or if it's not too big, it could even be tumbled in a polisher. If you just want it polished the way it was. And it will lose a little bit of its size in the it will lose a little size in the polishing process, but that takes a few weeks. But I could do it up with a batch of some other rocks I have. and just leave it as it is, and if it's small enough.
Yeah, I'd like to wear something that I picked.
It would be cool because you found it. I agree.
You know what I mean? We rode by an old house that we used to live at. They were gutting it just to see if they, because we used to have like literally buckets full of rocks that we had brought back from Jackson's Crossroads Amethyst a mine, and
I
we
wouldn't want
put
to
them
get
all
rid of
around
them.
the house, but I didn't find any. I couldn't find any. I was hoping though. I have feathers all over my house. Oh, I love that. I get a lot of crow and red hawk feathers in my yard. I have store-bought peacock feathers. I want to make some peacock earrings.
I'm pretty sure I have some of those because I have little bit of a feather collection
I love that
that was
idea.
supposed to go with beads and all that. I was gonna make something out of them, but I'm pretty sure I have some of them. I know I have some different colored feathers because I was doing some projects like, what do you call them? Dream catchers and stuff like that.
Ooh,
Baby ones.
really?
So yeah, I made some baby ones for a nursery, like with the I don't know. I'm gonna have to go through and see if I have pictures of that. I might have a picture of that somewhere. I cut out a
I
mermaid out of wood
yeah.
on my scroll saw, and then I down below it I put the mermaid that I cut out, painted it, and then I did the feathers and everything. It was kind of like a nautical baby nursery thing for a gift.
Chaotic
For a
says,
gift.
don't forget to look at the picture she sent you.
I will, and you have to remind me. Come here. My dog's afraid to move out of the car because he knows I have to check him. You can't go in the house till I check you. Come here.
So you can't eat the crabs out of the Hudson River? The crabs are mutated.
Ooh.
Wow. And the fish have birth defects. They are deformed crabs.
Deformed crabs. I'd still like to look at them. I'd still collect them and dry them
I
out.
think I
Or if I
dated a guy who suffered from those. He had a beauty and crab. I'm just kidding. It's the worst kind of crabs to get.
Oh boy.
I'm sure he picked them up in the Navy or something.
Ugh. That's hideous.
We fought against it, but it didn't do any good. It was not. Oh, wow.
Come here. You gotta get brushed. Come here.
I love that idea, Sandy says.
Let me see. I gotta put my chat back on. I'm kind of multitasking. I'm scared of the bugs getting in my house. I swam in that river and got MRSA. Oh.
Really?
That's what somebody said below that.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, I got some wild turkey
Is
feathers
that
too.
what's
I got
wrong with your
bundle.
leg, Mars? Is that why you have that infection in your leg?
It's okay.
You would not believe her leg.
No,
You would not. It looks like it's been bit by a shark.
I would be scared to death.
It's unbelievable. I would love that. Wild turkey feathers to match my wild turkey.
I got a couple big bundles of the turkey feathers, like from the butt.
Oh yeah?
Get over here. Come here. Oh. I found one in my car, crawling. Oh my goodness. What? I'm freaking out. I'm all freaked out now. That must have just come off the dog. This is hideous. I'm in horror. I'm in horror right now.
You have ticks?
I'm in the car trying to brush the dog in the van. Like, I'm burning this one right now. Oh,
yeah.
Just burned my finger. You're gonna have to. Ugh. Okay, you sit. Don't mind me. This has to happen. I don't want ticks on my son.
No, absolutely.
Or in my house. It's kind of freaking me out. Because the dog has a lot of hair. He's really fluffy. So it's very easy for them to hide.
Oh.
I might have to do some kind of a bath. I'm going to have to stay away from the edge of the woods over there where I always go.
You know that stuff, Skin So Soft? It's from Avon.
Yeah, I
I'm
remember
just
that stuff.
plugging all
For the
these.
those,
They still sell
yep,
it at flea markets or your
yeah.
Avon lady, and
Wasn't
that
that
works.
for Wasn't that for mosquitoes?
It deters all kinds of bugs, big time.
Oh, I
It's
didn't know.
got something in it. I don't know what, but they don't like it. I'm wondering if it's the oil content in it.
It's
They
got to
don't
be
like
something.
greasy hair. Bugs don't like greasy because they can't grasp onto the hair to
Oh,
crawl.
right.
I'm
I think it
wondering if it's the
suffocates them.
oil.
I
Right.
think it suffocates them. Yeah.
She
Sorry,
said,
dude.
sell that car, Sarah, and get away from it now.
Blow it up, burn it all down.
You need a bug repellent. It's a good bug
No,
repellent. It
it's
is good
time.
for.
Once you see them start coming out, when it gets see that it just started getting warm, and now they're all going to come out. So now I really have to take some precautions. This is my warning right now.
House Smell says that Avon crap never worked for me. Misinfluencer lady.
My favorite was the random Magnum laugh in the background.
Misinfluencer lady. That didn't work. Well, there you go. So
Come here.
if your homemade concoction works, stick with that. You know what I mean?
I'm going to try that first.
Yeah, I would too.
I mean, my father-in-law has a Shih Tzu, right? When he gives it to her, I used to watch her in the daytime when he did his boat charter stuff. She wouldn't move, and I'm like, what's wrong with her? She's sick. Your dog is sick. Oh no. I'm like, she has diarrhea. No, that's because I gave her the medicine. Yeah, okay, your dog's trembling because it's poison.
Mm,
That's how I look at it.
mm.
She's so sick from the medicine the vet gives to repel ticks that your own dog is poisoned because she's not moving at all
So,
day.
are you ever gonna come over to Dazed and sing karaoke?
I don't do singing. I have other skills, but not singing. But I'll
Do you,
watch other people sing.
yeah,
I
you
could
don't
do
like to
that.
sing?
Well, no. I do. No.
No.
I'll do instruments, but not singing.
I thought you and I could do a good Simon Garfunkel.
I'd have to check it out and see how you all do it. I think I flipped through it once, but I had to do something, so I didn't get to see any of the singing. I saw
It
you
is
up on the
fun.
panel.
Yeah, it
I
is
did.
fun.
I think I got the notification that that was going on actually earlier.
I like going to, fun channels too, not just,
Yeah,
you
if
know
it's
what I
fun, why
mean?
not?
And the guy that's over there, Forrest, him and I think it's him and Days, they do another like game show thing called Finding Forrest or something like that.
Yeah.
And
Southern
Southern
Girl
Girl was
talks
in,
about that.
yeah, yeah. So,
She's
yeah,
always talking about that Finding Forest guy. So I have to check that
yeah.
out too sometime. I don't know
She
what kind of
says, I
games he
don't
plays.
use flea stuff on the dog. I don't do vax either. Wow, a lot of healthcare professionals are anti-vax. My sister uses a flea and tick pill called Flea Assassin, and the dogs never have a reaction to it.
Not
And they
all dogs
don't.
do. Yeah. For the other
Mm,
ones either. I just happened to notice it. It's a neurological effect. Not all animals get sick from it, but my beagle used to get the runs sometimes and not have as much activity. It's almost like they get the flu for a couple days. That's all I mean.
mhm.
Like, and they say not all dogs are affected. It's just I'm thinking if that's doing that to the dog, then that's telling me that something's off. I think it's poisoning the dog to poison the bugs. What do you think the bugs die for? Because there's enough poison just to kill. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
She's saying the diatomaceous earth is really good for fleas. That
I've
might
heard
be
that.
so, but boy, if that stuff gets airborne in your lungs and you're an asthmatic like me, because we tried
Yeah,
to
that
use that a couple of years ago. I can't remember
dries
for
them up.
what bug, and it really got in my lungs bad. Me and
Supposed
my
to be good in
son.
the garden. Yeah, you're supposed. I just saw that on a show earlier. A lady was using it in gardening, and I guess
Mhm.
it dries the bug out from the inside. It dries them up. But she was saying not to inhale when you scoop it or wear a mask because the powder is so fine, I guess. It's made from crushed fossil.
Cool. Chaotic says, I am working on putting together an Edgar Allan Poe gallery wall. Those would be
Ooh.
amazing. That's awesome. More cowbell. Definitely more cowbell.
Always more cowbell.
Do not get it in your I thought I was dying. And I think my cat thought that I had poisoned them.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if it can be something natural like an oil like she's gonna put together, Sarah is, I would
I'm gonna
much
go
rather
through my
go that
oils.
route. Yeah,
Definitely
don't do
gonna
anything.
go through my soap box downstairs and see what I got because I know I have quite a good collection because I used to get them one at a time on Amazon to build my collection. And I really hate mosquito season, so I'm gonna have to make some sprays. My dog keeps running away from me.
That
Hey,
stuff is good for roaches. My neighbor used it. Oh,
I would die if
I
I saw
put
roaches.
Damascus earth in my chicken coop. The tiny crushed fossils cut into the bug's exoskeleton and opened it up and dried it out, and it died.
That's what I. Yep,
Dries them
that's what I
out.
said. I'm gonna try that in my garden if I need to.
And a garden to Gita, baby.
I was wondering about the Blue Dawn.
Blue Dawn and Adam's Flea and Tick shampoo.
I just want to wash right now to make sure. I'm going with a fine tooth comb right now, which is pissing him off because he's so fluffy. But I was thinking about doing the Dawn just to make sure. And I'm
Is
gonna have
that
to do
him in
something.
your thumbnail?
I don't see it, but yeah, probably.
Yeah. The one where he pooped on your beach?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's him.
He's here. What's his name?
Duncan.
I don't want to dox him, but
It's all right. I doxed him. I named him Duncan, and it's spelled like Dunkin' Donuts, Duncan.
aw,
And my beagle, her name was Java. That's why I got the idea.
Duncan
So.
smiles.
Duncan and Java.
Because you gotta have coffee.
Right. It just came to me one day. Wait a minute. My dog was Java. I'm going to name you Duncan. I had him for 3 days before I decided.
Everyone agrees Blue Dawn shampoo. Everyone says this.
It was my first thought, and I have plenty of that. It's what I use because I know it's the best for all kind of problems that arise.
Dawn puts fleas to sleep down the drain.
I don't ever have a flea problem, but which is weird. None of my dogs. It's just that when I do my activities, like I just did, the woods along the edge of the beach, which I tried today to keep them away from, they just go right on them. I guess I should check myself too. But I have big boots on. I think I would have seen them. They wouldn't have wanted to crawl on those. Tick season's here, guys.
Go ahead, honey. I'm good.
I still don't want to let you in my house till I'm done brushing
I
you.
think she has ticks, not fleas.
Yeah.
Right.
I never see fleas. I never have a flea problem for whatever
now,
reason.
What's you found fleas?
I know I'll probably jinx myself.
You know the way it usually happens. There were 2 doctors in second floor who got roaches and refused to kill them because of reincarnation.
Oh Lord, that's a whole nother.
I never saw any before that, but I put out bay leaf in my cabinets and oregano. Bay leaf and oregano. We'll run them back over there.
Wait, I'm trying to find that one. Oh. Oil. Demon. If it's named Demon, Fuzzy Bee, it must do some good shit. It must really kill something, you know. Come here, Duncan.
We don't want to kill the dog while we're trying to kill the tick.
That's a good name for a bug killer. That sounds like a real good one.
I'm not lazy. I'll pay $50 a month to let the exterminator come. Mm.
Demon WP.
What y'all talking about, Jimmy says?
All kind of
Y'all
random
talking
stuff.
about Satanism again? I heard the word
make sure you got no
demon.
bugs. You're not in trouble. I just gotta make sure you have no
Right
bugs.
now, we're talking about tea and flick remedies.
Yeah.
Tea and flick. Did I say that right?
Tick and flea. It's all right.
Tick and
It's
flick.
all good. We know what you mean.
If you have spiders, Demon WP is the stuff.
Oh, I hate spiders. I don't do spiders.
She's got ticks.
Nope.
What do you use for nosy neighbors?
A middle
That's
finger.
really not a problem. That's really not a problem here. I got a lot of empty houses around me. A lot of people around me are just summer people, and they only come once in a while on weekends, you know?
She was repeating it. My special friend, neighbor, who always wants a ride.
Why don't she get her son to give her a
I
ride?
don't know. I don't know.
Oh, man.
She lives with her adult son, but she's always wanting a ride. She lives with her adult son who has a car.
That sounds like the situation.
Well, I got pissed off one day, and I felt like you're trying to take my man because you're always wanting a ride from a man. And I was like, "Look, lady, you go your way, and I'll go my way. Never the twain shall meet."
Did you do a gypsy freak out?
Yes, I did. Get away from
Yes.
my man.
Good.
Awesome.
Redneck like.
It's all in love. It's all in love, Sedgman.
Ran into her at the mailbox today.
Ran into her at the mailbox today. She goes, I know. I go my way, you go your way. I know. She got that right. That should make him feel good that I'm still protective. It was funny because I sprayed my house with it, and then my aunt brought stuff with roaches. I was worried about it, and my mom said, "Don't worry about the demon in your house. We'll kill them all."
Adams is great for ticks.
Oh my, that's funny.
I do have a herding dog, and yes, I have the type of dog that has that gene that you might be talking about that gets sick from certain things. I just can't think of it right now.
I don't want bugs on any floor, any room, any place.
Sandy's comment has me rolling. Sandy, you got me rolling over here with that Trail of Death talk.
Let's see. What I learned, sprays only kill spiders if sprayed directly on them. The demon leaves a power residue and a little trail of death they walk in.
See what I'm saying? That sounds great.
We are in true crime, though, right?
Little trail of death. Happy little trail.
They bombed that apartment 10 times. Those
Oh,
doctors
man.
own. Wow.
That's insane. 10 times. Wow.
I'm afraid we have nasty neighbors. I've been looking for another place to move to. I bet YouTube's going to be like, another address? Look, I mean, you know what I'm saying? I'm looking for my serenity here, people. I don't know. Bombs are away. They are. And all they do is stink up your clothes and leave that film everywhere. What a waste.
I would be afraid I would be afraid of them, like just the
I
name
agree.
bomb, like with children and everything and pets, you
Yeah,
know.
they're a waste, big waste of money. That's one of those, I'm not believing you, influence lady.
I think the exterminators need to do a bomb, and they do like their certain. Or isn't their bomb like better than those kind of bombs?
I would think it would be,
If
higher
I had to use
strength.
some, if I had to use a bomb on anything, if it got to that point, I would want the exterminator bomb. I think to know I'm doing it the safe way.
All right, I got 4 bars of soap left, folks, and I'm gonna put this up on my thingamabob for the last few minutes of my
Come
live.
here.
If you are
Come
interested in
closer.
buying
Come
any,
closer.
right there is my info.
Okay,
That's
where's the
why it's
burn
up
tick?
there.
I
Okay,
lost the
let's
burn
see
tick
here.
carcass. I don't want to
I
kneel on
can
it.
see Sandy getting up in the morning and seeing Witty little Spidey cat.
I lost
And
the tick carcass.
she lost the tick carcass.
I burned it, and I don't want to kneel on it. I don't know where it went. Dang it. Ooh, I'm all heebie-jeebied out. My dog's afraid to get out of the car because I brushed him and he thinks he's in trouble. Will you get over here, drama? Stop the drama. It's being very drama. Oh, this dog's got to go in the tub. I'm
My
gonna have to put this.
landlord is from Jersey, October 50. My landlord.
He'll just keep you outside for now.
And I
Jersey,
thought, oh
Jersey.
boy, I bet I bet the standards are going to be a little different, aren't they? Because they've got to rent everything that they possibly can in New York and Jersey because there's such a high demand
Demand.
for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so what is tolerated in some heavy areas that is the need for housing wouldn't necessarily pass in others, right, guys?
Yeah.
So
True.
I think I'm in one of those. Like everything is broken in this damn place. The toilet's
That sucks.
broken. The kitchen sink had to be replaced. The shower fell apart. The toilet is not bolted down, and I'm 200
Oh Lord.
pounds. So we have a gypsy down. We have a gypsy down. We need to get her off the floor. Let's see. I sprayed my house when we first moved in 5 years ago, and the demon still kills the bugs. Mostly big tree roaches. What's a tree roach?
What's a tree
Wow.
roach? That sounds scary as hell.
I've heard of water bugs. Isn't that a
Oh,
water bug? It's the same
I seen
thing.
those.
I've seen them
That's a tree
wear
roach?
sombreros and offer me
Oh.
a cervezas.
Hmm.
I have had that happen. Or maybe I was just drunk and I thought I drank beer with a roach.
Stay outside.
Yeah, really. I don't
I'm
know.
gonna
We're
finish
talking about
checking.
ticks that she found in her car. Yeah. Yeah,
Well, right
so
when I
hopefully
started brushing, yeah.
her little doggy got outside today and had a little
He had
fun.
one crawling on the top of his fur. It hadn't bit him yet, but it was looking for a spot to latch on.
Insect murder. Insect murder and mayhem. We've got them walking away in their residue, right?
Oh, I think I'm gonna go give my dog a bath to tell you the truth.
Yeah, I'm disappointed. I'm very disappointed. So we're already looking for something else. I mean, everything has broken this thing. And the skylight, it leaks. And you would think all my equipment is right here. I freaked out. I was like, oh my God. So little things like that. Now I have like a catcher up there. Tree roach. One that lives in the woods? Wow. Tree roach is called palmetto bugs. Wow. Oh, I don't like any of these bugs. Hey, I'm good. We're talking about summer, spring, and bugs and our pets. And ways to kill them that won't kill the pet, right? She said there isn't much for sale and rent is very high. I do easy repairs. Seen roaches in the Bronx like taxi cabs, right? I know that the standards are not the same, and especially New York City because there's such a high demand for it. So, who's Stacy? I don't know who that is. I was just on my roof resealing your skylight. Really? Yeah. Just things like that, you know. It's a bummer. They have three choices: leave when I evict them, hope the husband relocates them, or be killed. Yeah. Our palmetto bugs freak people out. I just ignore them. Oh my gosh. This is a Florida thing, a Florida bug. Gypsy, he lives 2,500 feet down the back road. Doesn't bother fixing shit but raise the damn rent. Yeah. And we lived in Yonkers. I was afraid they'd carry me away in my sleep. Now I've seen movies about the rat problem in New York too. Those imported PR Palmetto. Okay, I got you. I understand. You're fine. Thank you for coming, Sarah. Let us know what you wind up using and if it works. I'll let all the jumping spiders stay in the house and kick out the ones that don't know. I love the bold jumper spider. All I do is work on my house and property. I'm too old for the area. We just fix or move. Yep. I know. Same. I'll let the jumpers be. They're like little pets. I've never seen one down here. I don't know. I think they're called water bugs at our coast, if that's what you're talking about. Are they called water bugs? A little further south than you. Yeah. I bet you're talking about those. I bet they're the same thing. I buy fake ones for decor. Yeah, I know, right? I know. Right. It's great when they're stuffed with paper, you know? They're not gonna like try to kill me. The frogs in our backyard. Holy smokes, even the puppy was like, oh wow, is it that time of year? I remember at our hotel that we were at, while we were waiting on this apartment to get ready, we would open the window just so we could get some fresh air, and we would hear them all the time. That's why I started that. I need the hair of a frog because I have a pretty neighbor, and I was gonna make up a spell so my husband doesn't think she's pretty anymore. Yeah. Yeah. They're like deafening sometimes, aren't they? He calls them tree frogs. While water bugs and cockroaches may look alike, they are very different. Some of the main differences between the two include habitat. Water bugs and snakes are alive in the water, including ponds and lakes. Some cockroaches may prefer damp areas, but they don't actually live in the water. You live where all the extra evil ones live. You could always frame them. Wow. I learned something. You want to move back to the coast? You know, we're getting ready to go down there, right? We're going to stay on Daytona and visit in Ocala. It's only an hour drive, right? So I'm going to stay oceanfront. It was only an hour drive to see my dad. And my husband is begging me to keep on going until we get to the Keys. I'm afraid I would never come back if I did that. I don't know that I would come back. Okay, do that. I want to hear that. Yeah. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, okay, definitely. You know, because like, what's her name? House of Williams. She went down there and she stayed right there at the boardwalk, oceanfront. I thought, I want to do that when I go see him. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm really excited about it. I don't know that I don't know that I would stop at all, man. It depends on where in the Keys you stop, Gypsy. I don't know that I would want to stop. I might want to keep on going across the ocean to the Bahamas. So long. You spent 4 months in Ocala. I didn't even want. You didn't want. I said I'm afraid it's going to happen to us. Yeah, I got to take care of things though here before I can do that. We have some very interesting and neat looking spiders here for sure. I went to the Keys once. I didn't like that road leading there, but we stuck our feet in the water because I called to the end of the earth. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Are they really? The loud frogs, tree frogs? Two things I do at Daytona: the 500 and drive them. They don't let you do that anymore. They stopped letting you drive on the beach. Who's Matt? Chaotic. Mars, can you see lips? Wait, chaotic beauty and crime. What? I have bugs too. Lots of dead bugs. She likes to use them for decor, I guess. It's very tourism-y, is it? I was worried about that, man. I just want to lose my shaker of salt there. And maybe get dos cervezas. See? Right. I save and preserve them. Your bugs? Your dead bugs? Do you really? All right, well, I guess I'm going to jump off here and go get something to eat and watch the karaoke. I was thinking about joining in, so y'all might see Gypsy sing tonight if if I can think of a song to sing. Sorry, lips, I was flapping my lips. Yeah, they don't let you do that anymore. I know, that bummer drag. So much has changed since we were, I have a picture of Jimmy Buffett's house framed in my house. That's awesome. I saw him at concert. Fins to the left, fins to the right, right? That's fantastic. That's awesome. I'm gonna go ahead and end this live and go ahead and go get myself some dinner and go watch karaoke. And maybe I will join in and sing a song or two, or I think or two. All right. So I'll catch you guys tomorrow on YouTube. Thanks for joining me.
Life is harder than I like to think, but it's easy when you're by my side. No point in calling, you just have to see the fundamentals of our life tonight. Cause I've been looking at a photograph of you, and I've been thinking about all the ways you move. This isolation got me feeling like a move.